Hello friends, this is Heidi with Kiddos Corral. I better turn on some extra light in here. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, actually afternoon. I ran to Aldi's this morning, did my grocery shopping, and now I am preparing for dinner tonight. So what I'm going to cook, I'm just going to be putting in my crock pot. So what I've got over here is 2 pounds of ground turkey, and I'm going to get that started. Okay. I'm still getting used to my new stove, like which one to turn. I have to actually literally read it, but eventually I will catch on and be like, oh, well, I know what to do now. Okay, so I've got a large onion here, and I have to cut it. And I have to tell you, my knife is dull. It's so sad. Sad, sad, sad. So what are you doing on Saturdays these days? I know that the kids here have gone back to school. Everybody is super busy. I saw a lot of moms out at the grocery store this morning buying lunch stuff and going crazy with school supplies, getting last minute things they probably couldn't get before that the kids will need for next week, and buying lunch boxes and different things like that. So people are pretty busy around here. I passed a few yard sales today, and people are cleaning out their houses and getting ready for fall and all that good stuff. Now is an excellent time to go garage selling on Saturdays, because a lot of people are cleaning out because school time is starting. And I think 4 weeks from now we have Labor Day, so there'll be Labor Day sales coming up, and you'll be able to save a lot of money that way. I'm just throwing away my onion peels, and I'm going to get this browning, and I'm going to dice up my onion and add that to this. What we're making today is taco soup in my crock pot. I have done a video on this before. I don't know if I've changed the way I make this or not. I don't think I have. Sometimes, I think I've mentioned this before, if I'm out of something, you know, I'm not one to run to the store. I just utilize what I have on hand and I make it work. I am not for spending extra money. I don't have extra money to spend, so I utilize what I have, and I don't make a big fuss out of recipes and being completely precise. If you've ever watched me, I barely ever measure anything, let alone be precise with with ingredients. So I'm just chopping up my, I'm using a very lousy knife, but I'm doing it anyhow. I really like the bigger ones, but that's not my usual one that I use. My usual one is in the sink and it's dirty, so I need to clean my kitchen. I just put away all my groceries, and I filmed my grocery haul, so that took a while. But I had a good time. I went to McDonald's for breakfast this morning and had some good coffee. So I had a good start for the day. And I'm just ready to be prepared today. So that's why I'm going to load my crock pot, because nothing gets more simpler than a crock pot meal for supper. Now I'm going to add in just a little bit of salt and pepper to this. Whew, my eyes are burning from that onion. Good grief. Alright, I'm going to go get my canned food, and I'm going to clean up my space a little bit. And if you guys can see this over here, I don't think you can see past my pan, but I've got a couple bottles of hair color and stuff sitting on the counter over here. That's not going in my recipe. Alright, I'll be right back when I get my canned stuff together. Okay, so all my neighbors are out cutting their grass, so if you hear a whole bunch of racket, that's what that is. So I'm still browning my meat. And you know, you want to make sure that all your meat is broke up into pieces. And also too, you can use ground turkey, you can use, I've used deer meat in this. I know some people don't like venison and they have personal feelings about eating Bambi, but it does not bother me one bit. I'm from West Virginia and I was born and raised on eating deer meat, and nothing's going to change me. In fact, it's better for you than all the meat that you get in the grocery store. I love deer meat, guys. Okay, so I've got my crock pot here, and I'm going to put it on low after I load it. And just a little tip, when you get your canned food, a lot of people don't do this. Make sure that you take I use Clorox wipes and I clean all the tops of my cans, because you don't know where these cans are stored, and if there are any rats or mice in the warehouse, they will crawl on top of here and their little droppings will get on top, and then if your can lid falls into where your food is, well, you might be risking yourself getting sick. So I'm going to put some whole kernel corn. I know that's kind of TMI and disgusting, but seriously, if you didn't know that, you need to wipe the tops of your cans. I live in an industrial part of town, and I have friends that work in these distribution centers and stuff, and I know things. This is kidney beans. And then we're going to do another can of kidney beans. And that's with all the juices and everything, because you want all of that. And then we have 2 cans of black beans. And you know, your can opener will stop working as soon as you're filming something. You'd be like, oh, okay. So we got some black beans. I love black beans. And I see several YouTubers make their own black beans and freeze them. I thought about doing it because I do utilize a lot of black beans during the fall and winter months. But I thought that I would do a cook with me with this, because this is an excellent recipe for while your kids are back in school and your families are so busy. So it's the second thing of black beans. So 2 kidney beans, 2 black beans, 1 thing of whole kernel corn, and now you want a large can. Well, see what I'm talking about? Your can opener does not want to work. You want a large can of diced tomatoes. And we're going to pour that in. There we go. All right. Somebody is brewing coffee behind me. Just say hi, Lucas.
No.
Yeah, just say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Are you making me coffee too?
No.
What? Somebody worked late last night and he's grumpy. He's always grumpy. My kids get this from me. It's horrible. I'm not a morning person, and either are they. Alright, I'm going to discard these cans, and then I'm going to be back as soon as my ground turkey is browned. Okay, so now you are looking down into my crock pot, and I just want to give this a good quick stir, like so. And I've got my hamburger meat nice and done. And I want to go ahead and add that to my crock pot. Now my crock pot is on low. Hopefully I mentioned that already. And get all the onion off my spoon, because that's what really makes it really good. Now, I serve this with sour cream, with Mexican cheese, and what else do I serve this with? Oh, and nachos. Like, sometimes I do Doritos. The kids like Doritos. Sometimes I do that. It's not very healthy, but tonight we're having this with just regular tortillas. If you don't feel there's enough liquid in this and you all like a little bit more, you know, a little more brothy like taco soup, you can add some water to it, because what we're going to put in here now is a taco seasoning, and this one just comes from Aldi. No, very cheap, very inexpensive. I think it's like under 50 cents. And then we're going to do a ranch seasoning packet. This is the seasoning that you use to make ranch dressing. This is really good on French fries too. Like if you are doing French fries, you can coat your French fries with this a little bit, and the seasoning is so good. Or potatoes, mashed potatoes, you can put a little bit of this in. All kinds of things you can do with the ranch seasoning packet. So I want to stir this in, and I may add just a little tiny bit more water just to kind of top it off a little bit. But I'm going to let this cook for about 3 to 4 hours, and it will be done. And it will be delicious. You can add a little bit of sriracha to this, or hot sauce, or you can add some salsa if you want to. I mean, really, it's whatever you would like it, because you know a lot of people they like Mexican food, but they don't like the really spicy. I have added jalapenos to this. I mean, you can really honestly make this recipe your own when it's all said and done. So I'm going to get a little bit of water, and I'm going to add some water. I'm just going to use one of my cans that I had my stuff in, you know, my beans in. I'm just going to add and top this off a little bit. I might add just a little bit more. I like a little bit of liquid with mine, but it doesn't have to. It's going to kind of simmer off a little bit, so it's not going to be quite as thick or quite as runny as you see it here. So I've got my seasoning and everything in there. I'm just going to put my lid on. I'm going to let this cook, and I will show you guys what it looks like later on tonight as I serve dinner. All right, we are back, and it is time to serve up this soup, and I am starving. I'm so hungry, guys. I really am. You can see how it's bubbling really good. I'm going to turn this down on warm. I'm going to get a ladle, hopefully. A ladle. I'm going to ladle out some soup in my bowl. Oh my gosh, this looks so good, and it smells amazing. And I am so hungry. My stomach is growling so loud. There we go. Let me get a bowl or a plate to put my ladle on so I don't get it all over my area here. So the next thing I do is I top with some cheese. Like this, and then I add some sour cream to the top, like so, and this is my spoon, and then I just serve it with some tortillas on the side. So that is what I'm going to have. I got the restaurant style tortillas, and that's what I'm going to serve it with. I hope y'all enjoyed cooking dinner with me. I know it was short and sweet, but I think with the school days being here, this is an awesome recipe to have. My kids love this, and I have been making this for a really long time. I hope this video finds y'all well. Subscribe if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will be talking to you all again soon. Bye-bye.